Alrighty. We just finished up the dimensioning the reflected ceiling plan. Before that was dimensioning the floor plan. And what we have now is placing some dimensions in the section. Now the dimensions that we're going to need in the section are actually very, very few. I only need them because I don't really have any other place where I can show the changes in my ceiling height. So that's the only reason I need to put them here. So I'm going to double click inside my viewport. I'm going to zoom in. Make sure that my dimension layer is my current layer. Place a linear dimension. That's really the only dimension that I need to place on here. I will, however, duplicate it over here. You know what? Judging by the look of those, I need to make these lighter. This is the first time I'm really getting a good look at it. Here we go. That's better. Oh yeah, this is also the only place where this piece of millwork actually appears. So, since I already have the ceiling height on the other side, I'm going to use this view. And it's kind of an unorthodox way of doing it. People don't normally... Ooh, I forgot I did that. There we go. Most people don't dimension their millwork in a building section cut. But again, as this was just an oddball, and I'm going to cheat a little bit, just so we have a nice, pretty even, just so we've got nice round numbers. And then one dimension here. And even though I said we don't normally do it, one dimension there. And that's more than enough for what I need to show right now. Now you notice I'm still in my viewport. I'm going to change to my title layer. And one of the nice things about the drawing title tag that I gave you guys is it automatically responds to the viewport scale. So I can take him and drag and drop him. Ooh, I'm definitely going to have to fix that. Let's see if it'll take care of itself like the other one did. Okay, good. And this is just the peculiarities of how I generated this particular thing. So I come up here, insert, tag drawing title, I'll just insert the previous one, and I just need to eyeball him into place. Okay, drawing number 1, scale's a 1/4 inch, 1 inch is 4 feet, 1/2 inch is 2 feet, 2 inches is 8 feet, drawing title, longitudinal section. I'm going to highlight this just so I can come down here, double click, and I don't have to type it a second time. That's what it all boiled down to. 8 feet, 1/2 inch is 2 feet. I hope you noticed to edit all these values, all I had to do was double click on the block. Value. And now this one is drawing number 2. There's a reason I'm doing this. Now that I've got this done, because this is basically all the dimensions and this is pretty much everything that I need to show on the section sheet. I'm going to go back to my floor plan. I actually need to show my building section cut on here. And I have tag section, but I need to make sure I'm on the right layer. And that is G-ANO SYMB for symbols. So drag and drop. This is where readability and things start getting a little weird. So the sheet number that we're going to deal with is A201. This particular elevation or section number is going to be number 1. And I really do need to make this longer. I want that to be a little, I need some breathing room for him. I really do. Let's hope I can make this work right. I'm going to use my stretch command all the way through here. Hold down my shift key, deselect that. I just want to pull him back just a bit. Now, obviously I need to make a little bit of a modification in my viewport to get this to show up right. There we go. It looks like there's enough room over here. We'll find out soon enough. Okay. Alrighty, now I hope you guys remember that my section cut jogged, and this is also dynamic, so I can pull him back. I'm going to copy him, put one right here, copy both of these over here, and I can click on the flip arrow. This one I don't want to click on the flip arrow, I actually want to take him and rotate him. Even though it's not totally correct, I just want to move these around a little bit so that they're more or less aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to take him. You see I've got that little blue dot right there. That means I can rotate this whole bit around. And this is because I crafted and created the block to do this. Not every block out there will do that. Now you'll notice both of these can't be number 1. But you know I've got 2 sections. So it's the other one. It's this one that's section number 2. Now some people will insist that the line is continuous and joins all the way through. I don't need that. That for me, between the context of what I see in the section and the way those section cuts are showing on the plan, that's perfect. That does what I needed to do. However, remember when we added the dimension lines to A101, that we saw them in A102. When I save A101, and when that gets loaded, now we see our section cuts in here. On ceilings, on the ceiling plans, the section cuts are not visible. We just don't want to see them at all. Done, gone, bye. So that was easy. So now, those are the changes that I need to make on 201. That's, just a couple little dimensions here and there. The dimensions for, it's kind of hard to see the yellow on the white background. Here we go. These height dimensions, I'm going to pick up on the elevation on the inside of those, or the elevations of the kitchen. So that's a different drawing. So, and just for picking grins, I'll make that in the next video. I need to keep my videos shorter. So, next video is dimensioning interior elevations.